Assalamu alaikum. How are you, students? Hope all of you will be fine. Today we are going to start our e-classes. That's why I'm here. So previously in pre-9 class we had discussed the three chapters. So now today we are going to start our next chapter that is included in 9th class. It's the structure of molecules. So first of all, I would ask all of you to please open your books and have your notebooks register with pen and pencils so that you can note my lecture. And as it is clear, you would see here that we would discuss the written topics. Number one, stability of atoms. Secondly, inshallah, duplet rule. Third, we will discuss octet rule, ways to fulfill octet rule, definition of chemical bond, and then that types of chemical bonds. So I am discussing from your textbook, page number 59 to 61. So let's start our topic. First of all, we have the stability of atoms. You should know that why an atom need to get stable. Every substance of this universe want to get the stability. Similarly, the atoms, they also want to get the stability. Now the question arises that what is the criteria for the stability? So dear students, in previous chapters, particularly in periodic table, I have told you people that there is a group of elements which is called noble gases, and these noble gases are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. I had also told you people the key of these elements है नई आरज़ू किराए से रोना. Okay, है नई आरज़ू किराए से रोना. This is the key to learn these elements. What is the property of these elements? These elements fulfill the duplet or otherwise octet rule. Now, every atom of the periodic table, it wants to get the tectonic configuration of noble gases. Here, the first noble gas, the gas that's your helium. If we would have look the tectonic configuration of helium, its atomic number is 2. Okay, so 1s2. It has its valence shell complete. In the valence shell of helium, there are 2 electrons. In the valence shell of helium, and that is your K shell, it has 2 electrons. In the valence shell of helium, there are 2 electrons. So it obey the duplet rule, having 2 electrons in its valence shell. Besides this, when we are gonna use the term valence shell, particularly for the duplet rule, you must be kept in mind that here we consider the valence shell as K shell. The valence shell must be K shell for fulfill the duplet rule. For fulfilling the duplet rule, the valence shell must be K shell and it must contain 2 electrons. So we have 2 to 3 elements which obey the duplet rule. First we have, you can say, hydrogen. It can obey the duplet rule. Second, helium. It already obey the duplet rule. And third, at some extent, lithium it want to obey the duplet rule. In case of hydrogen, there is only one electron in hydrogen. That's why it can gain one electron or it can share one electron to obey the duplet rule. So if hydrogen is gonna gain electron, it would become 1 minus minus 1, or if it would share the electron, it will make the covalent bond. We will discuss later on, inshallah. So hydrogen has two options to fulfill the duplet rule. One is to gain electron in the form of hydride, and second to share the electron. Helium, it does not have any need to lose or gain the electron or to share the electron because it has already two electrons. In case of lithium, here you can see, in case of lithium, in its valence shell it has only one electron. So lithium can easily lose its electron, and it will obey the duplet rule by losing the electron, and in this way it will get positive ion state. Loss of electron make the atom as positive ion. So duplet rule, the first rule that provide the stability to the atoms is duplet rule, and this rule is only obeyed by one of these three elements. Beryllium have different case. We don't have we do not have the point of discussion here because we will discuss the beryllium in a separate case in forthcoming classes. After that, dear students, we have another rule, that is octet rule. Majority of the elements, I hope you have noted down. Please note down it. I'm giving the pause. Note down the elements that obey the duplet rule. The elements that obey the duplet rule. I hope you would get the duplet rule. This rule states that the atom want to get two electron in its valence shell, into bracket we will mark as K shell. The valence shell must be K shell, because in further elements we will see that magnesium, there is the magnesium, the case of in case of magnesium, it has also two electron in its valence shell, but it is not obeying the duplet rule because its valence shell is not the K shell. So for the sake of duplet rule, the valence shell, you must be kept in mind, the valence shell must be K shell. Got it? Nice. Let's discuss next rule, that is octet rule. What does this rule say? According to this rule, atoms want to get 8 electrons in its valence shell, or atoms want to get 8 electrons in their valence shell. Let's take the example. For example, neon, it is a noble gas. Its atomic number is 10. If we would have the atomic structure, electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, K shell and L shell. So its valence shell is L shell, and neon has 8 electrons in its valence shell. So neon is a noble gas. It's obeying the octet rule. No need to lose, gain or share the electron. If we have the example of sodium, in case of sodium, there are 11 electrons, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So sodium will obey the octet rule by losing its one electron, and it would become in the form of sodium ion and a positive ion. Similarly, if we have the example of chlorine, its atomic number is 17. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5, K shell, L shell, and we have M shell, K, L, N. Okay, dear students. So here you can easily see that chlorine will obey the octet rule by gaining the one electron. It would have the capacity to get one electron. In this way, these electrons would become 8. Because in valence shell there are 7 electrons, it's impossible to lose the 7 electrons. So chlorine wish to get 1 electron, and it would exist in form of negative ion. And you must have to keep in mind one thing, that the atoms that have the capability to gain the electron, it would have also the capacity to share electron. So that's why chlorine can share or it can gain electron. In case of share, it will make covalent bond. Okay. Sodium will lose one electron to obey the octet rule. Okay, because after losing this electron, in valence shell there would be Kl. In L shell there would be 8 electrons. In case of shell diagram, you can also represent them. In case of sodium, 2 electrons here, 8 electrons here, and here we have 1 electron. So this electron can easily be lost, and in the remaining shell, in the adjacent shell, it would become now, after losing 1 electron from this shell, it was your K shell, L shell, and M shell. After losing 1 electron, the M shell will disappear, and you would see that sodium will have 8 electron in its valence shell, that would become L shell. So in this way, now I hope that you have understand the octet rule. So octet rule says that atoms want to get 8 electrons in their valence shell. There is no need to mention here valence shell as K shell, because we cannot say that in K shell there are no 2 electrons in K shell. So there is just no need to verify that which valence shell would be there. Obviously L, M, and so on. So octet rule mean to gain 8 electron in its valence shell. Majority of the atoms, they obey the octet rule. Now there are 3 ways to obey the octet rule, ways to fulfill the octet rule. Please note down. So atoms can loss, gain, or share electron. Here we have given the example of loss. Here we have given the example of gain or share. Okay, atoms can share, atoms can gain. In case of carbon, it would you can say that it would prefer to share the electron, because it's impossible for carbon to loss or gain 4 electrons, because one atom can only loss or gain up to 2 electrons. 2 electrons loss or gain, or in some case 3 electrons, but not more than 3 electrons. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So carbon will share 4 electrons. So carbon, group number 14, these elements prefer to share the electrons. Now discuss the ways to fulfill the octet rule. How the atoms, elements, they follow the octet rule? There are 3 ways. Number 1, these atoms would follow the octet rule in case number 1. First way, ways to fulfill the octet rule. Ways to fulfill the octet rule. It has been mentioned at page number 60. I hope that you may see these 3 points from your book as well as. Number 1, by loss of electron or electrons, if in valence shell there are less than 3 electrons. Okay dear, what does it mean? If in the valence shell there are less than 3 electrons, obviously in the valence shell if there would be 1 or 2 electrons, then in that case the atoms would prefer to lose the electrons to obey the octet rule. Secondly, if there are 5 or more electrons, okay, by gain of electron, obey atoms would obey the octet rule by gaining the electron, gaining by gain of electron, you can say by gaining the electrons. If atoms have if atoms have if atoms have 5 or more electrons, okay. Group number 15, 16, 17, these elements, group 15, okay, 15, 16, 17, these group elements, they gain the electron to obey the octet rule. And previously I had told you that if they have capacity to gain the electron, obviously they would also share the electron. And thirdly, by sharing electron, the atoms would obey the octet rule by sharing the electrons. Okay, dear. So these are the three ways to obey the octet rule. And in the start of topic, we had discussed that all of these phenomena are taking place for the sake of stability, okay, and for the sake of stability, these atoms would obey the duplet or octet rule. So the main purpose to obey these octet rule, and how they would obey the octet and duplet rule, obviously they would need the other atoms. The atoms would need the other similar or dissimilar atom. So there would be the formation of chemical bond, because nobody can exist independently in this universe. No, nothing can exist single except Almighty Allah. It is the property, the character of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He can only exist. Qul huwallahu ahad. He can only exist single. Otherwise, He has made the pairs mostly, and every substance needs the other substance. So in this way, dear students, you can see there would be the formation of chemical bond. Now, what is the chemical bond? Okay, the force of attraction that binds the atom together, okay, is known as chemical bond. The force by which the atoms coexist, okay, is called chemical bond. Number of definitions are there. The definition you can see from your book. It has been also written in your book. Okay, the force that binds the atom together is known as chemical bond. Chemical bond. Okay, chemical bond. The force that binds the atom together is called chemical bond. Okay, after making the chemical bond, obviously atoms would following the duplet or octet rule. So this was our topic. This chemical bond, force that binds the atoms together. Force that binds the atoms together in a substance. Okay, this is called your chemical bond. Now, there are different types of chemical bonds. There are the types of chemical bonds, inshallah, we will discuss later on. According to the arrangement, according to your book, we have this sequence of chemical bond, types of chemical bonds, types of chemical bonds, types of chemical bonds. First of all, inshallah, we will discuss ionic bond, inshallah, ionic bond. Okay. Secondly, inshallah, we will discuss covalent bond, covalent bond. And third, inshallah, we will discuss coordinate, covalent bond, coordinate, covalent bond. And inshallah, at the end, we will discuss the metallic bond, and other types of bonds are also there. We will discuss in intramolecular forces like that. Metallic bond. Okay, okay, students. this was our today's lecture. I'm gonna recall my lecture here. Today we had discussed about the stability of atoms. What is the stability? Why do atoms need the stability? Then we discussed the Ductet rule, the rule according to which atoms get 2 electrons in their valence shell, that is K shell. In octet rule, atoms get 8 electrons. They want to get the electronic configuration of nearest noble gas, okay, because noble gases are fulfilling the Ductet or octet rule. We had discussed the definition of ways to fulfill the octet rule. There were 3 ways: by losing of electron, by gaining of electron, or by sharing of electrons. At the end we discussed the definition. Then definition of chemical bond. Force that binds the atom together in a substance is called chemical bond. There are 4 types of chemical bond. Main types you can say ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, and metallic bond. Inshallah, in the next lecture we will discuss about the ionic bond. I hope you have understand my lecture here. I would need your feedback, and I would suggest that please you should contact me. You should have my number, and you can WhatsApp me. You can ask any query about this topic. Stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, students, now write down the MCQs that you have learned in my lecture so that I can get feedback from you people. So I am giving you the time. I am reading that MCQs. First MCQ: the elements that follow the Ductet rule are A. Helium, lithium. B. Magnesium, lithium. C. Helium, hydrogen. D. Both A and C. In second MCQ, the noble gas that follow the octet rule is A. Helium, B. Argon, C. Sodium 1 plus ion, D. Chloride ion. MCQ number 3. Every atom wants to get the electronic configuration of A. Carbon family, B. Halogen family, C. Alkali family, D. Noble gases. Now MCQ number 4. The force that binds the atoms together in a substance is called A. Force of gravity, B. Chemical bond, C. Metallic bond, D. Ionic bond. So these are the 4 MCQs and 2 short questions. Number 1, define Ductet and octet rule with examples. In this question you have to give the examples. You can take the help from your book and you can make your notes. Second question, write down the 3 ways to follow the octet rule. Write down the 3 ways to follow the octet rule. Okay, so I would wait for your feedback. Stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum.